Hi everyone, welcome back to Storytime. The first book we're going to do today is called The Fierce Yellow Pumpkin. And it's written by Margaret Wise Brown and it's illustrated by Richard Igelski. And this book is published by somebody. Harper, Harper Collins. Okay, The Fierce Yellow Pumpkin. Look there. He's not yellow yet. He's green. Said there once was a small pumpkin in a great big field. It's a very small green pumpkin, the size of an apple. And the fierce sun burned down on the little pumpkin, and he grew and grew, and pretty soon there was a fat little, round little, yellow little pumpkin in the great big field. You see him? Now, this fat little round little yellow little pumpkin grew so fat and full of himself that he began to think that he was a very fierce vegetable, as fierce as the sun that warmed his fat round sides. Ho, 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 he would say, when I grow up I will scare the field mice out of the field like the scarecrow does. Well, the little pumpkin would dearly have loved to make a fierce, ferocious, gobble-gobble face like the scarecrow at the far end of the field, but try as he would, his own pumpkin face stayed smooth and yellow and shining. And then, one day, the sun did not shine as hot as fire, and blackbirds, skies full of blackbirds, began flying over the big field. There was a burning smell of leaves in the air, and a crisp tingle that tickled the fat little pumpkin's sides. There were so many birds in the air, in the sky, that the scarecrow was busy before daylight until after daylight chasing those birds out of his field. Look at all these birds. His gobble-gobble face became droopy and dreadful, and the wind blew whoo through his hair. He lost one scarecrow eye, and the old scarecrow knew that if there was anything that a blackbird is scared of, it's a one-eyed scarecrow. Look here, you can see his eye popping off. But then, that night and the night after, something began to happen. The first cold frost came in the night, and the fat little, round little, yellow little pumpkin woke up one morning and discovered that he was a fiery, orange-yellow pumpkin, the color of the sun, a fierce, burning color. Then three little children came galloping through the big field past the old one-eyed scarecrow, and they ran right up to the fat little, round little, orange little pumpkin, and one little girl called out, "Here he is! Here is our terrible pumpkin." Whoa. So, they cut the pumpkin's heavy stem with a little saw knife, and each taking turns, they carried the pumpkin home across the field to their house. The little pumpkin liked that. Look at him. And then, with the little saw knife, they hauled him out, all empty inside, sweet smelling and clean as a whistle. Then they cut one big round eye in the side of his face. and a big round hole, and the little pumpkin like that. Ho, ho, laughed the little pumpkin, the fierce yellow pumpkin. I'm a one-eyed pumpkin, for sure. Well, then they cut another big round hole in the other side of his face. Oh, ho, laughed the pumpkin, the fierce yellow pumpkin. I'm a fierce yellow pumpkin, for sure. But that wasn't all. The children cut a sharp shape in the pumpkin for a nose, the shape of a witch's hat, and that wasn't all either. They took the little saw knife and they sawed zigzag up and zigzag down until the pumpkin had a whole mouth full of sharp zigzag teeth. Then, with a loud ho ho, the little pumpkin laughed a dreadful zigzag laugh across his zigzag teeth. Ho ho, hee hee hee. Mice will run when they see me. He was certainly fierce and ferocious pumpkin with a terrible, terrible face. Oh, I want to see his face. Well, after a while, it was night, and there was black darkness all around, inky black darkness. And the children came in with a lighted candle and stuck it inside the pumpkin so that the light shined out his big round eyes and his triangle nose, and the light shined over those zigzag teeth. He was a horrible sight to see. Grrr, in the dark. He grinned a zigzag grin there in the corner of the porch. Whoa, look at that. Now that's a jack-o'-lantern. And the children danced around him singing a song to the terrific, terrible pumpkin with the zigzag grin. And the little pumpkin was fierce and happy, and he sang, ho, 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 hee, hee, hee. Mice will run when they see me. Well, that does look like a fierce pumpkin, doesn't it? And they did. Look at the mice running away. The end. And this one says, in a dark, dark wood. And it's an old tale with a new twist by David A. Carter. And it's published by Simon & Schuster, Books for Young Readers. In a dark, dark wood. There was a dark, dark house. And in that dark, dark house, there was a dark, dark room. And in that dark, dark room, there was a dark, dark cupboard. Ooh. And in that dark, dark cupboard, there was a dark, dark shelf. Ooh. And on that dark, dark shelf, here we got bats and lizards. There was a dark, dark box. Ooh. And in that dark, dark box, there was... You ready? ghost. That's all. So I hope you've enjoyed stories today for story time. Tune in tomorrow and watch Ms Carmen Long with Storytime Cooks. And make sure you tune in on Thursday for the visiting storyteller. Bye-bye.